Sorry. Too much?
You think you can kick me out of the bed? Through the past.
Greetings, pals. Welcome to the podcast, Edison in the pal.
The band is mine.
It's Throw in the Pal.
It is.
Love it or hate it, we debate it.
We do.
It being movies.
Yeah.
And today,
We're not talking about School of Rock, weirdly. Feels like we should be, but we're talking about a better movie, in everyone's opinion.
a Minecraft movie.
A Minecraft movie.
2025.
Ah?
PG.
Ah.
It is called R.
Ah.
They specifically were like, we don't want to lock anything in.
I
This is just
thought
R.
it was the Minecraft movie.
A Minecraft movie.
I apologize.
Because then they can just do B, C,
Oh,
D.
God, yeah, they're giving themselves sequels already.
Yeah.
As they should.
A Minecraft spin-off.
Yeah.
Okay, my name's Frank.
My name's Marcus.
My name's Tom.
And we rate films out of 11 on this pod. And Tom has a reason.
Yeah, I do.
Because 11 is obscure.
Just
Normally it's 10.
straight into it. Don't preface it, just say it.
No, but I have them.
Stop screaming.
I have them in my head, and then I forget that that's going to happen sometimes.
No, you don't. Happens
Delay
everywhere.
the time. Delay the time for 11. Oh, I remember. If no, I did.
No,
I
you
did.
don't. You're
I do.
making it up.
No, I remember. If 9 more stabbings happen at screenings of this movie, that will be 11 stabbings.
Yeah.
And that's not. I guess that's still 9 that needs to happen, but it's weird that 2 stabbings have happened at screenings of a Minecraft movie in the
Yeah.
United States, in Rhode Island. I think it happened.
Was it people stabbing themselves?
Trying to get out. Yeah. No, a few teenagers followed some adults to the parking lot at a Rhode Island screening of this after they were told to please be quiet during screening, and they stabbed 2 of them.
You're laughing at this. Why you- this is horrible
Because imagine
news.
going to Juvie and being like, yeah, what are you in for? I was at Minecraft movie. And I had to stab some people. They yelled out chicken jockey.
Before we go into who liked it and shout your name, etc., this movie is making meme waves everywhere.
Arguably more of a cultural force than a financial one at this point, because it's
Yeah.
dropped off a little in the months. It's at about 830, 840 internationally, and it was a huge behemoth on its first weekend. It made like 150 million, 160 million its first weekend, and it's dropped pretty considerably.
I mean,
in the week since.
I'd argue, though, that it went from 0 to 100 and it's going quickly back to 0 again, because I'm not seeing a lot about it now.
We will get into that.
All right, shout your name if you like
Sure.
this film.
Fairly predictable.
Frank?
Yeah, maybe even more predictable.
I didn't think I was going to do it, but then you guys are so negative. I'm like, well, I'm going to go to bat for it.
Do you want to be last in the rating?
Yeah, I already feel like I am.
3? Yeah, a soft 3 either way.
Yeah, that's what you are.
Jesus Christ.
Superstar.
Accurate.
Title of your Minecraft sex tape. I am a 5.5.
What? Whoa, okay. That's not bad at all.
Higher than I expected.
Yeah.
We watched this together.
Yeah.
I thought I was a 5.5 as well, so I don't know what to do. 5.5? But I had a
I
good
don't-
time.
I don't
It's not a
know
good
if I
movie.
liked it.
Here's the thing, it's not a good movie. But is it fun?
My first note's like, I don't know how to feel.
Oh gosh. There's a lot of feelings.
I was just really bored. And I have more to say, but because you guys liked it, I will say
No. Please don't put me in the category.
You just had 3.
only
I don't-
because
I
my
don't
thing.
think I did.
Well, but my thing is if you guys had something to suggest enjoyment, a majority of the time during this movie, I was like, this will be over soon and that'll be good.
Okay,
that
well,
was my entire.
Okay, you
vibe.
really dislike
I
it.
feel
just-
like
I
I'm
just
going to
didn't like it. I
swing
thought it
for
was
it. I
really
feel like
boring.
I'm going to be justified.
There are so many reasons to dislike this movie. The casting is such a dumbbell operation. You got such heavy hitters on one end, nothing in the middle, and then heavy on the woeful. I don't want to be too rude about him because he's just a boy, but that main kid. what's his
I would
name?
say I would say
it's his first role.
I just want to
Sebastian
know
something.
Yeah,
Sebastian Hansen.
Yes.
You know what? He should retire. This isn't great.
Look,
it's not his first role.
I didn't even like this movie. Well, it's an early role for him. I don't blame the young boy actor for this. I don't think any of my
It's not his
issues
fault.
come down to
It's not
him.
his fault, but he's not good.
Let's slow down.
Okay, sorry.
Let's slow down.
Yeah.
You've made a very good point. The casting it's not great. It's all over the fucking place. I don't know. I'd love to be a fly on the wall for the conversation as to, one, the direction of this film, They've used the director from Napoleon Dynamite.
Jared Hess.
Jared Hess.
Jared Hess.
Outrageous choice.
I mean, I love Napoleon Dynamite, but it is a very niche style of comedy, and,
So
and
strange.
to jump from
Yeah.
that to the Minecraft movie to me just it's illogical. It doesn't make any sense.
But for a while there, everything kind of became Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
The point of that movie was that it was so odd and it
was like anti-humor.
random,
Yeah.
to use the nomenclature of the time, that it kind of became mainstream comedy. To be like, your
Yeah.
mom goes to college.
Yeah.
Like,
to say, literally
And
to say
somewhat-
things that are non sequiturs, to say things that
Yeah.
are so left of field that people go, that's funny because
somewhat
it's
memeable before memes were around.
the cool kids at school were quoting that movie, and I remember watching it with who I
Yeah.
thought were like, we're
Yeah.
kind of weird, and I was like, oh, everyone's seen that movie, and everyone makes jokes about it.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he then became the guy who, and then Nacho Libre, which
I don't know, build
wasn't
their
as
cake or
successful.
something.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
but he hasn't done that much.
No.
no, he's done a lot of movies that I think exist in the shadow realm, but not in our world.
On the dark web,
Truly,
yeah.
I've just looked at titles. I'm like, well, that's not real. That's a made up movie. Like
He's
what-
done, sorry, Masterminds.
With
Have you
Kristen
seen
Wiig
Masterminds?
and-
Kristen
no,
Wiig,
is
Zach
it good?
Galifianakis, Kate McKinnon, and someone else. No,
It's got Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis.
It's got
It's
a
not good.
handful of supporters who are like, this is weirdly kind of offbeat and fun.
well, it's it's four great comedy actors
Yeah.
of our generation. They don't do a good job in it.
All right.
It's not
Anyway,
anyway.
so
Jared Hess is,
the casting's odd. Jared Hess, I think, is a weird choice for director.
yeah.
Then it goes to like, okay, Frank, you're not really a gamer. Let's put it there. You're not a gamer.
Pardon me.
I was being generous.
No,
I'll say,
it's
Frank,
just
you're not a gamer.
I know a lot about Super Mario 3.
But Frank, you're not a gamer. By definition, you get annoyed
Gamer?
when we talk
I hardly
about
know her.
it. Okay. Tom, you are. Tom, you are. I am as well.
Yeah.
Tom, although
Brag.
in saying that, you haven't really had much time with Minecraft as a...
I think I've had the most
As a
time with
game.
Minecraft out of the three of us.
That's a fat lie.
Name your hours.
Don't do this, guys.
I'm not doing this.
Please.
I'm not doing this.
I'd rather you like just whip them out right now than
Yeah,
talk
no,
about your
yeah.
hours on Minecraft.
I'm a soft 3
Good callback. I like
in
that.
terms of hours on
great.
Minecraft.
Marcus, I told you when we went to see this, we went and saw this at IMAX together, that one of the only hours I've ever spent playing Minecraft was with you 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I came to your house and you were like, you want to play Minecraft? I was like, oh, I've never really played it. And then you had an allergic reaction and your face swelled up so bad, you were like, you have to take me to hospital right now.
I went to hospital.
And that's how that night ended for us.
and that's the same when you watch this movie.
That's the same thing. I just turned to him and it's just swelling up.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Jason
He's like, I'm
Momoa.
having a reaction.
This movie gave
to
me
this
hives.
film.
Jason
for
Momoa
sure.
was trying to riff. Oh.
So I feel pretty well versed in Minecraft. So to me, I think 5.5 is easy to justify because I sat and watched this with Tom. Again, I watched Deadpool and Wolverine with him and I didn't get any bounce back.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say you sucked the life out of this for me either, Tom, but when I would look across at you at times for some sort of bounce back, you would deadpan again. And I'm like, all right, so Tom's he's out. He's out.
Can we clarify? I'm so sorry, Frank. Can we clarify very quickly? I have to put this out there. Mark's now into IMAX. I walked across the sort of gardens or the park to get there, and I see Marcus, and I'm like, I got to shit really bad. And Marcus is like, oh my God. I'm like,
why?
I'm sorry. No, I got it.
Why are we telling this
I have
story?
to tell this. I have
Say,
to tell this.
gotta use the bathroom.
I had to shit very badly.
You had to shit
and so
badly, yeah.
I went to go, and Marcus is like, Jesus, you're like falling apart. This is embarrassing for you. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I go, and I'm in the bathroom, and I get a text from Marcus saying, hurry. And I was like, okay. And I got out there, and Marcus was like, I need shit really bad. And I was like, oh, okay.
He comes over and I'm sweating. I'm like, can you hurry back?
So then Marcus goes to the bathroom. I'm like, we're going to miss this movie. We get in, and
We're so old.
We're so old. 30 seconds into the movie, I'm like, and I have to shit again. And the first 10 minutes of this movie, if you looked over at me at any point, the reason I wasn't reacting was because I was like, am I going to have to leave?
Because of course Thomas Boxes is in with these tickets
Yeah.
where you literally cannot move anywhere.
Surrounded by
once you're
children
in, that's it.
on
You're
every
not getting
side.
out.
So the reason I was maybe not super involved in the first 10 minutes of that, I would contest I laughed a handful of times at this. There were times I remember grabbing your knee and laughing.
I think-
most of them involved
but-
Jennifer Coolidge.
This is the thing though.
So-
A lot of the film we were laughing, but I think we were laughing for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, but I was happy to be laughing.
yeah,
Anything
sure,
that was
sure,
going to get me to
sure.
laugh.
This is similar to the argument for Frozen. This movie is not for us.
No.
It's not. It is a kids' film.
There are lots of strange adult jokes in there, but this is not for us. It's very juvenile.
It sounds
so
silly, but I needed that reminder as well because we were in a cinema full of kids, and Tom and I were sitting there, and the two kids to my left were riffing the whole way through. They were very sweet, but the one kid's like, okay, so in this bit, because he's already seen this 100 times, obviously, he's quoting it
at
verbatim,
IMAX.
At IMAX, insane. But also, then he's telling his friend who's not that well versed in Minecraft, like, yeah, so in the game when you do this, it does that. That's what they're showing you now, and so he's like narrating the film.
Wow.
And I enjoyed that. His commentary.
Me too. I kind of did too.
Because, we'll probably get into the Butler's Pantry with this a little later with what's been going on with this movie, but we didn't have any of the over-the-top extracurricular aspects.
Yeah,
of
no
the
one's
movie.
throwing
We didn't have the
anything or
5DX
violence.
experience, yes.
No violence.
But we did have the kid next to you when we sat down. He used your cup holder and he tapped you and he went, excuse me, is it okay if I have my drink there? And
This
our
tiny little kid.
hearts broke.
Yeah.
It was
He
so
goes,
sweet.
excuse me, can I put my drink there? And I went, yeah, you're right, little buddy. And Tom goes, no.
It was so sweet. I couldn't believe it. He was so polite. He just wanted to make sure
It was
you
very
weren't put
cute.
out.
So it was quite endearing to see what it was doing to this audience, and I'm glad we didn't get one of those like chaotic.
Yeah.
I feel
cinemas.
I could have used 10% more, maybe even 20% more.
There was one kid. Anyway, we'll get to that. Let's reserve. I think the background to this and what it's doing culturally. I think
Is the
Butler. Yeah.
Do we do the plot?
I think we go. Yeah, the plot. I guess.
Do you want me to read it?
You might as well.
Okay,
The
a
plot's
Minecraft movie.
odd.
Four misfits are suddenly pulled through a mysterious portal into a bizarre cubic wonderland that thrives on imagination. To get back home, they'll have to master this world while embarking on a quest with an unexpected expert crafter.
Yeah.
Steve!
What are the rules here?
What are the rules of Minecraft?
I just want to know. I wish they explained just so much more.
This is what I think is great about this movie in the way that it's like, hey, you're going into the mines, you get pulled through a portal. Cool, there you go. And you're in there. And that's it. There's no like, we've heard about this.
Here's a crafting table and here's how you can just make shit. And it's like, but how? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
just
matter.
do it.
He's good at it. She's bad at it. Why? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I appreciate that part of it.
The simple storytelling, because again, it's for 8-year-olds.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have no interest in getting into the lore of it. I think despite the close to like pants-shitting mayhem that was approaching while we were watching it, the first 10 minutes of this movie are some of the most successful for me because it is just so I was a kid and then I grew up and I wanted to go back to the mines, and the first laugh for me, the first of only a few of the movie, is when he goes to run in and he goes, psych, fake out! And he goes around the old guy.
The old guy who can barely move.
But then the next 3 minutes of the movie are like, and then I started building, but then the pig goblins came. So then they imprisoned me. So me and my dog Dennis, but then he escaped. And I'm like, if the movie is at this pace, I'm kind of in. And then it's like suburbia, really, really hammy and boring Jason Momoa, and two kids whose mum died. And I'm like, what is this movie?
But you see the problem. You see where already we're falling off.
Yeah.
We lost Jack
Too
Black.
much. Why is this
All of a
the
sudden,
movie?
Jack Black energy is off screen.
Yeah.
And that's when it falls.
Because it's weird that you look at the poster, Jason Momoa is front and center. Like, I know he produced this movie, he's part of that, but it's like, you're not the lead, man. Nor should you be. Like, the kid should be the lead. It kind of is the kid's story.
Which I'm glad he wasn't. But also,
sorry,
Momoa's not good in this, is he?
This is the worst thing he's ever. It's worse than Aquaman.
It's really disappointing to see him do.
I just needed to clarify.
Yes,
overdone. Right. I mean, he's doing a like facsimile of what The Rock did for so many years, which is like he's a big guy, but he's like kind of stupid, and sometimes he's a little cowardly. Like it's The Rock's thing in Jumanji. It's a little bit Dave Bautista as Drax as well. Like whenever it's kind of a guy who thinks he's
more than he is,
and like has such a physical demeanor, but of course he has nothing to back it up. But it's like, I think we're over this. Why is it a big guy? Why is it someone who's so physically imposing, but it's like, but actually, he's a coward, you see. It's like, right, great. And he's an idiot.
The thing is, he's Video Game of the Year, right? 1984 Video Game of the Year. Why does he look like that?
Garrison? Garrett, the garbage man.
Yeah.
Then they get voucher
because
mileage
I think that he's taking the rock star image.
You mean the rock star image? Sure. Because Rockstar that's Jack Black.
Yeah.
Well, Rockstar actually made GTA. You would know that if you're a gamer.
Oh, yeah, no, GTA 1. It's 2D.
He sees himself as this gaming rock star, and I think that's his imagery there, and whatever. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It truly doesn't.
Here's who I think it should have been, because it's Jared Hess especially. Get John Heder.
Yeah, well, that would have checked out.
Why isn't it John
Yeah.
Heder?
Yeah,
Why
that's
isn't
great.
it like a guy who's so goofy but still so arrogant? But he's this like lanky, weird,
Gangly.
You could see him
Big
as a
teeth.
kid that grew up
would
playing
have a way better
arcade
energy
games.
with Jack Black
Yeah.
as
Because
well.
because Jason Momoa and Jack Black have such a similar and you're like,
Yes.
okay, you both can't do
Yeah,
that.
You can't do fire on fire. It's not.
No,
it's
because
not
it can't get any hotter.
too much fire,
Yeah.
too hot. I don't think John Heder would do it because he's gotten too old. You know who my like weird?
Well, there's one bit that we're going to get
left-
into the pantry, I'm sure, but do you know who was meant to be?
We do. We can get in the pantry. But
Okay, we'll get in the pantry
Do you know
early.
who my weird little maybe dream casting would be? They wouldn't do it because the movie's
Matt
too
Damon.
expensive. Kyle Mooney.
Oh my gosh,
Kyle Mooney would be so funny in this. They would never do it, but he'll just be like, "Hey guys, I'm Garrett, the garbage man, and you know what?
I don't know
I'm really cool.
anything about this."
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
And he could have done a country song in it because of his new album.
He could
oh
sing.
my gosh.
Kyle Mooney
I got my
might have made
Spurs on.
this like a 6 just by being in
yes.
it. How good would that
That's it, Jason. Like, and this is the content. Like, I listened to a few other podcasts who've covered this, and they're like, Jason Momoa should not be allowed to improvise. Like, give him actual lines. And I think this might have been scripted, but it feels like he's trying to be. And if it was scripted, well done.
I have to. I'm sorry, we've said 5 times Butler's Pantry.
Can we just
Please remind me to get
no,
into the script
no,
of
no,
the
no.
Butler's
Okay,
Pantry.
stop.
Sorry, go.
Let's do the Butler's Pantry because Tom's going to implode
All right.
if we don't get
All
it
right.
out of the way now.
Where should we go?
To the
The butler in a pantry with a mic.
It's Minecraft.
The butler's pantry.
Are you being a creeper?
That was good collaborative
No,
stuff.
no, it wasn't
I
a creeper.
have
Creepers don't make
notes.
noises like that.
I don't tend to bring notes.
Holy,
And that's because
wow.
this would have been impossible without them.
Tom's got notes.
Can I read you the list of credited screenwriters to this film?
Yes,
including
please.
anyone
Go.
who was credited
But
as
do it
contributing
quickly.
material.
Do it quickly.
Jared Hess.
Yep.
Rob McElhenney.
What?
Yes, he was going to direct it originally, back in 2014.
Yeah.
Rob Fuchs, Megan Amron, Kevin Beagle, John Francis Daly, Dana Fox, Hannah Friedman, Jonathan Goldstein, Phil Augusta Jackson, Lauren Kahn, Kieran Mulroney, Michelle Mulroney, Aaron Nee, Adam Nee, Zach Penn, Simon Rich, Peter Sollett, Laura Steinel, John Spates, Oren Uzil, and Ben Wexler. You know that
Sorry.
expression they have, there's not enough cooks in this kitchen?
Yeah, I need
Maybe let's
another-
get some more in just to make sure that we're really...
Wait.
There's a lot of
Are
cooks.
they the credited writers?
No, there's 4 or 5 credited writers. That's everyone who is credited with contributing to the screenplay over its development.
That's
and I'll
22.
tell you what, it fucking feels like it was written by 22 people
Yeah.
who were never in the same room, who someone came in and did like that exquisite corpse game where they drew a head and they folded it over and they're like, you do the body. And it's just like whatever they got was this. And it's
Building a camel by committee.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a shambles. It's not successful even on the low bar of being pretty disposable brand entertainment.
Because this story is like the most generic piece of it.
Oh,
But but the dialogue itself, I think, is what lets it down.
yeah.
I think let's reserve the talking about the film itself. I think, Tom, you keep talking about the background to it
Who
here
was going
because
to be Steve?
Jack Steve was going to be Matt Berry.
Matt
Yes.
Berry. Yeah.
Oh, I can't do his voice.
Father!
The guy
Ah!
Hello there.
Yes.
hello. Yeah,
You
good.
see, I am nitwit. Something like
I'm
that.
Nitwit.
Yes.
in New York.
New York.
Yes.
Okay.
New York City.
No. York
IT
City.
crowd, you might know him from.
Yes.
He's amazing.
He
What we
doesn't
do in the
really,
shadows.
he doesn't really quite speak that way in real life, which I was a little sad to find. I've seen interviews with him. and
He's
Of course he doesn't. That would
so
be
funny.
insane.
He plays it down a little. He ended up dropping out because of the WGA and the actors' strike and all that. So
He did. It has a little cameo.
He does.
which
He
is
is
nice.
Nitwit, who dates Jennifer Coolidge in it. There is such a strange phenomena to this movie online, TikTok style. People who are listening will know that there are, if anyone's paid any attention to the sort of like virality of it, that there was the chicken jockey line, which was massive.
Chicken jockey!
So massive. And there would be people throwing popcorn in the cinema.
Yeah.
It got pretty extreme. Apparently, it's crazy to...
There's fireworks. There's people bringing live
2 people
animals.
have been stabbed.
Two people have been
I don't know if
stabbed.
you mentioned
One
that.
of the biggest events happened in Melbourne over in Ringwood, and apparently people brought a live chicken
Yep.
in with them during the chicken jockey scene, and then they set off a fire extinguisher, and everyone had to be evacuated because people couldn't breathe. So it's like...
I've seen there's
is
a
happening?
father in his 40s who told these kids to stop, and he ended up getting up and beating the kids up.
Oh, not how I thought that was going to go.
I mean,
Like
good.
it is getting it went from stupid to violent very quickly.
I mean,
Very quickly,
that
yeah.
is
That mob mentality
that
is just-
describes the internet in 2025.
this is-
Stupid to violent in record time.
But
like that
it's transitioned into the real world. This normally doesn't happen. Normally it's online. Normally it's silly videos. But
And
this is like,
I don't want to be alarmist about it because I still think it is like
Go on.
the exception. Well,
Alarmist.
here's my thing: is I'm just kind of like, on some level, kids enjoying a movie like this and it making money, I think is a positive thing.
cinema's back, baby.
Right up to the point where even I don't want to be someone who's like, oh, I think it's good that they make a mess and people have to clean it up. If kids throw popcorn in a cinema, I get that that's frustrating if you work there. I'm not trying to belittle that or demean the degree to which someone has to clean that up. I think cinemas should pay you more if that's a possibility of it happening. And I think right up to that point, if popcorn gets thrown, I'm like, it's kids celebrating their whatever. They're enjoying themselves.
Also,
Obviously, once it gets disruptive.
Have you seen a cinema even after, like any normal movie? There's popcorn
there's
everywhere.
always stuff. Obviously,
Yeah.
the extent.
I know.
Yes.
That's a lot of my teen years cleaning up after these fuckers.
Okay,
Anyway,
language.
The extent of it obviously getting worse than that is a problem. But the thing I just guess I wanted to get into was the reason this has dropped in the last month is because when you compare this with a movie like, or the phenomena of Barbenheimer,
Yep.
that was an organic campaign that developed online amongst people who were cineasts, people who were fairly casual movie watchers, people who were just into the Barbie aspect of it, people who only watch Nolan movies, right? There was a very interesting sort of Venn diagram happening there.
Yeah.
And then people went and saw the movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer, and were like, these are good movies. And they continued to generate interest and buzz because they had merit and substance. Kids wanted to watch this immediately because it mattered on TikTok at that moment. And then the weekend passed and everyone was like, we didn't enjoy that, right? Like, no one had a good time for the most part. And they're like, right, cool. Well, we're done. And then it had like another decent weekend and then it got knocked off by Sinners in its third weekend. Huge upset. This original, very, very like...
But Sinners is like, in terms of box office, Sinners is having this massive staying power, which is really unique and surprising.
Well, I
So-
don't know if you read that Variety article, but actually it's underperforming and it's
It's
going
the
to be
spice of-
ages before it makes money back. Have you guys seen this shit?
Yeah, Ben Stiller goes, how is this? Anyway, we're not talking about Sinners.
I
We'll
know.
do it later.
we're definitely going to talk about Sinners.
We have to talk about
Well,
it.
For the
I feel
listener.
uncomfortable.
But all of which is to say... Sorry,
Jesus.
Yes, I was trying to work
sure.
out why. But yes, that is crazy that it's a movie that I think, or not crazy. It's just very predictable that it's a movie that's rooted in the ephemerality of online culture, and it becomes a very ephemeral hit. It's still the second highest grossing video game adaptation of all time. It's still the second highest grossing film of this year. It's still probably gonna make $1 billion, maybe.
I mean, there's enough kids to see it once.
It's insane to me, especially
huge
because
numbers.
it's not even close to being one of the best adaptations out there either.
No, well, we'll get to that one day, maybe.
We sure.
But
Yeah, let's do it next week. That's a great idea.
I think that's most. There's not really anything else except
There's-
I wanted to just say.
There's a lot of context to the game, though. Like it not that it honors the game, because it's like, do you have
Well,
to?
this is what I want to
But
talk about. Is
It's pretty like, Marcus, in your experience, is this
this
feels like the game? Feels like the world?
Going back to the film, why it either is successful or isn't. In terms of IP and fan servicing, it looks really good.
Oh yeah.
It looks so good.
I have a note
and
on
it's
that. I have a
actually
note
really
on that.
impressive. And look, whether it was IMAX that we saw it in or a standard cinema, I still think it would have been very impressive to look at. Colors are popping. The characters are there. You've got the sound effects. You've got
Jack Black's turtleneck.
literally they're just hamming it in, and like every single moment on screen, there is something.
It's very energetic. To the eye.
There's
Yeah.
something there that you can go, oh, it's a golden pickaxe, it's a diamond, it's a whatever. You're referencing everything. Where it falls flat for me is obviously the casting's way off. The characters, the story, nothing matters. It's just a weird blur of we're just going to throw a mishmash story on top of here that the kids probably aren't even going to focus on. We're going to put in some adult jokes as we do with most kid films, just because the parents have to sit through this. I think the adult jokes were a bit off.
Oh my gosh. You both like Jennifer Coolidge in this, right?
I did, but again, I was laughing because I was laughing.
I thought that was way
at
off. I was like,
her.
You weren't into her?
no.
She was
laughing at her.
truly I thought she was doing. I think her and Jack Black are doing their brand so much,
Yeah.
and yet because it's so much Jack Black and because I find it's getting a little...
It's jarring,
It's
though.
getting very cynical with Jack Black for me. When he starts singing and I'm like, and this is the part where Jack Black fucking sings. And
Of course.
it doesn't work for me anymore in the way it used to. Jennifer Coolidge saying... everyone wants to sue me when I hit them in my Jeep Cherokee. Just for whatever reason. I was
know.
that's so specific. And at the end of the dinner,
We
when
laughed
she's
at that, I
out,
remember that.
mean, I grabbed you
Yeah.
when she's out with Nitwit and the waiter goes, are you finished? And she goes, no, I think he's Swedish. And no one in the audience laughed. And I
We
grabbed Marcus
sniggered.
and went, I just think it's so dumb.
It's a
But I
great-
was I woke up for a second.
It's a great joke, and that's. But in
it-
any other movie, that's fantastic from her. I love that from her.
I also think the cuts to Nitwit are pretty funny. When it's just her being like, I've never met a man like you. And it's just a cut to him being like, I'm like, that's just visually pretty funny. I think that's okay.
But again, the jarring nature of it to me, most kid films will have the adult jokes in there and it blends really well.
Yeah.
It becomes part of the story. It's
You
not
don't
like
feel like it's a
we're gonna
scene for the
cut
adults.
to
Yeah.
literally cut to frame and it's like, here's one for you guys quickly.
Yeah.
Your kids aren't going to know what this is about. And back to Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's odd. It's very, 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 very strange.
It's a very jarring movie. It's a very nitpicky and pedantic thing. But something that annoyed me and then I just was like, whatever, they don't care, I don't care, sort of thing, was that when young Henry, who's the young boy in the story, and his sister
Emma Myers, Natalie.
Emma Myers.
Natalie's the
Natalie
Yeah.
makes him tater tot pizza,
Which is a
morning.
Napoleon Dynamite reference.
That's a good point, right? It's doing that.
Yeah,
And-
great.
the tater
and
tots.
she,
I know.
and
but
he,
it's like, why?
And she's like, you should take this to school because the kids will. And he's like, yeah, okay, cool. But then he clearly doesn't.
And he doesn't go to school.
There's a shot of them still sitting on the table and him just walking out with his bag. And then he gets to Jason Momoa's place, the arcade shop. And he's like, whoa, what are these? And he grabs the pizza off him. Where the fuck was the pizza? There's no point at which Henry takes the
gosh.
pizza. I'm not saying that as like a
no.
cinema sins. Like this movie
my
was.
God,
but
it was like an 11 until now. What a-
Okay, listen to me.
mind-blowing.
This was a $150 million movie, and no one was on set with continuity saying he should take the fucking pizza if he's going to have the pizza in the next scene.
Because you know when actors sleepwalk through a film? I think cast, crew, writers,
This is my
directors
thing.
all slept
They
worked on
literally
this.
were just like, it doesn't matter.
We'll fix it
no.
in post would have been
Or we
such the attitude.
won't. We
There's a
don't.
director-
Doesn't
even
matter.
bother. Yeah,
Jared
yeah.
Hess is on side like this, rubbing his eyes like he's just
Truly.
woken up, and he's like,
I don't know. I don't
Jack,
know.
all right, just riff in this bit."
I don't know
And
if that's
action.
the case. I feel like Jared Hess might have been having a good time because I can imagine
Sure.
them on set riffing with silly lines, being obscure and doing awkward, random humor. Might have been a good time. It's just them hanging out on a green screen, right, with fans. Like
Yeah.
Jason Momoa's mounting him, and then they're doing the 69, which is so adult.
It's very Nacho Libre as well.
Oh, 100%.
I tittered a little bit where he's like, I have to guide you with my hips. And I was just
Yeah.
like, that's a funny sentence.
yeah.
I will give that a little nod.
And you can imagine, like, it's like you and I hanging out on set, you're on green screens as a fan going, it's like, all right, mount me and let's just film for a day.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have
It
been,
would've
an unfun set. You would
Unfun
think.
hero.
Or,
But yeah, sure, you're having fun on set, that's great, but we're making a film here,
I know.
guys. It's
yeah.
not for you.
Does the work actually translate?
a lot
That's
of
right.
YouTubers had cameos in this movie, especially during the scene with Jermaine Clement where they're doing the storage wars thing.
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of those YouTubers. There's a YouTuber called Valkyrie, and she was cut out of the movie right after giving an interview saying that Jason Momoa was really cruel to people on set. And she said that, like, on one scene, something wasn't happening quickly enough, and apparently he lost it at the crew. And she's like, that's one of the worst things I've seen a celebrity
But
do.
he's dating Amber Heard now, isn't that the thing? So maybe
I'm not sure. Like,
Is he?
Like,
What
who
I've
knows,
heard.
honestly. But
Anyway,
it's
what
just
I've
this
heard.
strange thing where I'm like,
no.
what a bad look that this YouTuber, this streamer, who's obviously not someone with as much influence as Jason Momoa or Warner Brothers, like says in the press, yeah, Jason Momoa's kind of a dick on set, and they're like, we're cutting you from the movie. I'm like, well, that makes you guys look like you're acceding to that.
yeah, it's an
like,
admission of guilt.
Obviously,
of course,
that makes
but
it
also
look
that's
worse.
bad press because that's one of your leads.
It
What are you
didn't
gonna
really
do?
go anywhere, but it was
No,
just
of course.
a weird.
Because I hadn't heard that, but it's also...
Anyway,
But you say Jared Hess sounds like he's having fun. He's the voice of the pig who's like, oh, yeah, sure.
yeah, what's up? Hey, Steve. Good to see you, bro.
That's
General Chungus?
Yeah,
Chungus.
I think so.
General Chungus?
Look. Rachel House as Milgosha is...
Was that right?
It was General Chungus.
He's General Chungus. Rachel House plays Milgosha.
Yeah.
I think is the name.
Yeah.
Malgosha.
So-
She's. I mean, Rachel House is so committed to everything she does.
That my biggest laugh of the film was when at the end,
Yeah.
where Steve is like, "No, I'm not going to come over." She's like, "Come here, come here." No, you're going to try and stab me. You got a knife in there. I don't.
Yeah.
And she, of course, she tries to stab me. He just slaps it away. He's like, "Come on!"
And both times it's so slow, and she goes sneak attack. And I'm like, that's
That is
pretty
funny.
fucking funny.
That-
but
like-
Rachel House, she's the voice of one of the I don't know what they're called, but like the spirit realm things in Soul, you know, the Pixar movie.
Oh, yeah.
She's the one who's trying to track down Tina Fey, and she's great in that. Obviously, she's amazing in Hunt for the Wilder People, where she's essentially playing the same role, like
Have
a
we talked
Terminator.
about? Sorry, have
Yeah.
we talked about for the listener that this is very much New Zealand based and filmed? And
Yeah,
a lot of-
it's
Jermaine
Weta. It
Clements,
was-
Brett McKenzie's
It was
on it.
filmed in Auckland, and
Yeah.
they had
Awesome Auckland.
Weta doing a lot of the
Yeah.
sort of special effects
Yeah.
for it, which is
Wetter, and then they dry up.
But that's why it
It's
looks
good.
so goddamn good.
Okay, can I talk about my experience watching this?
Sorry.
You
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
wetter dryer, Jack?
Yeah, I just wanted to catch your eye.
I watched this film in my special way, similar to Dune, and for the first hour, I was like, "This looks a bit like weird. I can see the green screen lines,
Tom's
some
so
of the
mad
pigs.
already.
No,
and
it's just like he's just playing Minecraft
Some
for an
of the-
hour, and he's like, "When's the narrative gonna kick in?"
when does Jack Black get here?
Voicing the characters himself.
And I realized that I got the unfinished special effects version for the first hour.
Oh,
So
I
literally-
heard about that leaked, and it's missing a lot of keyframes and stuff.
Yeah. So it was just like block colors moving around in this villager set, and then Jack Black's going la 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 lava, and it's just a chicken block, and I'm like, that doesn't look right.
That might have been more entertaining.
It was
honestly.
great, but then
But more avant-garde.
it was very like, oh, I mean, Minecraft is
They're
cute.
making some choices here. Like, this is a really expensive movie. It's really artistic.
It's like the
what they're
beta
going for.
version of Minecraft.
It's real
where they-
meta,
Before
like-
the graphics card. It's really wetter, yeah. Meta wetter. And then I found a better version, which was crisp. So I finished the movie in style. So
Good for you.
It did look great when I realized that. I was like, this can't be right.
It's still not Coda without subtitles. But
Do you want to do the song? You haven't done it.
Well, I just did.
has he got it? Has he
La
got
la
it to
la
play?
lava. Let's see,
He's actually got it.
All right.
we're gonna do the whole thing.
No. Oh, that little synth.
La 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 lava, chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yes.
Okay, that's enough. We'll get cut off otherwise.
I just.
It's
It-
much more of a musical than you expect.
It's Tenacious D without Kyle for sure.
yeah, without the bongs. It's like, hey, we're not stoned.
Yeah.
This feels so iterative.
Well, this is
in a world that's AI that it does feel. It feels very much like someone sat down and was like, I don't know, what's a kooky idea for a Minecraft movie with casting? And also, and they're like, you could pick Jack Black and he could sing a song about chicken. And it's like, done. That's it. And it just
Yeah.
feels
Yeah,
incredibly
yeah.
first draft,
When you said-
incredibly consumer driven and fucking devoid of anything.
They see dollar signs when they see what happened following the Mario Brothers film.
this is it. Like,
Yeah.
and Tom, you said it feels like Jack Black is playing and it's getting a bit tired.
The Bowser
The
song.
Bowser song was
Yeah.
peaches, peaches. It's
Because of the
This is not
cultural
the same.
impact that they had on this generation.
absolutely.
That
right?
didn't get.
well,
That did get nominated for an Oscar, didn't it? The
it
Peaches
did.
song.
I thought
But
it
this
did, yeah.
this
That's
Jack Black's
fucking
chicken one
insane.
is the shortest song ever to be in the Billboard top
It is in
100
the top
or top
40,
50,
I
top
think.
40.
Yeah.
Is it in the Billboard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
charts.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
What is
And it's
wrong?
literally 50 seconds long.
What is happening to this
Because
planet?
it's a banger. Here's
And it's
the thing.
also it's based on streaming as well. So if it's used in a TikTok, if it's used
Yes.
in any format, it contributes to it. So
yeah, and it's all over TikTok.
But this is it.
And
like
that's what they're making it for.
Yeah.
Sorry, I digressed. On set, they were probably like thinking, what's going to go viral? What can we do? Because Jack Black has 4 songs?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis, La
Which
La La
is
Lava Chicken. He has
beautiful.
the last song with Danielle Brooks, who we haven't spoken about. I love Danielle Brooks. Every time she was on screen, I just wanted better for her. But I'm just like,
Yeah.
she's shown up. She's doing what she's doing.
doing her job. Yeah, she does a great job.
She was so good in Color Purple. I just want the
Here's
best
the
for her.
thing: Matt Berry was signed on to be Steve.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He is more of a Steve, right? if you don't know the character of Steve, Jack Black is just such a swing. It just doesn't make any sense. Like if you put Jack Black, you can literally put anyone.
Yes, but I think that's the
zero
part of it
sense.
that feels like an algorithm generated.
But I think it's like in casting, they went, Jack, you free? Yes. Well, what are you going to bring to this? Because we can't get Matt Berry. Well, I'm going to sing some songs. Great.
yeah.
Well, I reckon that would have done. Oh, we've got Jack Black now. Well,
Because
what
Matt
do we do?
Berry wasn't going to sing.
No, let's play to his strengths.
Well, Matt Berry could have. I mean, Jack Black.
Maybe,
obviously
but
could have.
not like Jack Black.
When was
Very
the last
different.
time Jack Black didn't play Jack Black? Is my question.
No, it was School of Rock, and it's been Jack Black ever since.
But that's
not
been
really.
a couple of times. He was
Sorry,
in a
true.
movie called Bernie, the Richard Linklater
Oh, yeah, he's
movie.
great in Bernie.
He's
Matthew McConaughey.
very
Love that guy.
strange in that movie. He's
Yeah,
in
it's
Be
awful.
Kind Rewind, and I think even though he's doing a version of Jack, it's a bit of a sadder one.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I think the last couple of years, like obviously he's done how many Kung Fu Pandas?
Orange County.
Orange County.
I think that was before
Yeah, but
School of Rock.
He has there's some
He has the
versatility there with
ability.
him.
He has the ability
He's
to
great.
high fidelity.
The cable guy, so good.
High
yeah.
fidelity.
How are you?
God, I love him in that film too. But at the moment, like, good for him. Good for him.
There's the whole thing of like Jack Black is a singer, and they go, well, if you're going to get Jack Black, you can't not have him sing, and it's progressing to a point of
Cash grab.
all he's doing is singing. But
Yeah.
I, literally, as we walked in here, my wife sent me a TikTok of him doing lava chicken on a green screen just for fun, like creating more content based
course.
around it because he's cashing in on it.
He's
Of
good at
course.
compounding the tiers of like, I am an online celebrity as
is.
much as I am. And
His
it's
content,
because-
like his brand online, sorry to jump in.
That's all right.
He's making hilarious, crazy videos. He used to do like these weird stunt ones in lockdown for the Avengers, and he would pretend to be Captain America, but obviously he's Jack Black, so he doesn't look like Chris Evans. And he's playing into that, but he's also like, he's so high energy, right? That's his whole thing is his high energy. He's screaming, he's singing a song, he's belting, he's going, shirriga-digga-doodle. And it's getting to a point of, like, I still love it. I think he's one of my most likable performers. I like him in almost everything.
Yeah.
Tides have turned a little bit on public perception on him for a very unusual reason.
Was this the Tenacious D?
issue?
issue?
You don't want to talk about this, do you, Frank? No, it's all
I
right.
don't think we need to.
No, it was a Tenacious D thing at a show.
Yeah, Kyle
and-
Gass said something and Jack Black didn't stand behind Kyle Gass.
And it's not necessarily that it's whatever. I will just say that's not nothing. There has been a contingent, I think of like sort of disenchanted millennials who have gone like, I wanted Jack Black to, I'm not saying
how
one
many
side
of
or the other for me.
Yeah, but
I know.
celebrities are great until they're not. Like
Always the
we're-
case.
this is the thing,
And
it's
it's
like
not, it's
everyone
not
has their
really
flaws.
dented
But
him.
how
He's
many
in
of us-
an
how many of us-
$850 million movie right now? Like,
How
he's
many
gonna
of
be
us
fine.
have played the game to keep our job?
Well,
you know
that's
what I
what he
mean?
is.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth for a little bit or
That's
whatever.
the problem. It feels less genuine once you're a product. And Jack Black has been
He's-
a product
he's
for
a
a long
brand.
time now.
Yes.
I thought his SNL episode was pretty good.
Oh,
And I was-
like he's always-
I was
again-
but I was surprised. I thought I was going to find it a bit like.
But he sang
lot of
4 out of 6 sketches.
It's good if you haven't seen it. You should watch his SNL.
It's going to be
I
good.
will. Can I take over here and
Yeah, yeah,
swing us
please.
back to talking about the film because we haven't really talked about
What's
the
the
structure
movie?
of it, the movie.
Yeah.
We've
The
talked about
structure.
a lot of everything around it.
Well, it's a hero's journey.
Okay, so the problem with the film is outside of it popping and looking great visually, so the casting's not right. There's a lot of issues with this. I think the third act falls flat. Like, it is so messy and so rushed and awful.
Yep.
I'll give credit where credit's due. The first 2 acts are great. The opening's probably the strongest part, and it sort of falters from there and then really drops off in the third.
I would call it like the prologue is really
Sure,
good. Like,
yeah,
once
I
the
would
kids
agree.
come in, I'm just like whatever.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't buy the sister being a guardian of her brother at all. I don't
Not at
buy
all.
her running some sort of marketing division of some company.
Not at all.
She doesn't look old enough.
It doesn't matter.
It just
none of
nothing.
it matters.
Nothing works.
Do less with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
Get
are
us-
you trying to do the real world?
No, of
I
course,
don't
of course.
care. I should
Yeah.
be in the Nether or what is it, the Overworld?
The Overworld,
Immediately,
yeah,
I should
yeah,
be
yeah.
there.
I agree.
It's so weird.
What is interesting is that they move from set piece to set piece, and we're calling these the action set pieces, right? So you go from like, or even if it's just going into the village, you've got the village, you've got the song, you've got all of a sudden encountering this enemy and then this enemy. Some of them are really good. The problem is I don't think that they spend enough time in the set pieces. They rush through them as well.
Yeah.
The only set piece that they really spend enough time with for you to get a bit of a ride out of and enjoy is the jetpack sequence. You know, the flying through the canyon when when he's got the wings on and Jack
Jack
Black.
And they have
falls
to
and
do the
catches him.
69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole sequence, outside of the sort of stupidity of it all, at least flows and there's some like all these characters are coming in. There's explosions. There's diving. There's
Yeah.
like it's fun, and it feels like a movie world sort of ride almost.
Everything before that and after that kind of feels like a checkbox. Oh, yeah, we've done the villagers.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
we've done the creepers.
We've
Oh,
got
yeah, we have to
Chungus
mention-
chasing him through the train tunnel and the creepers and everything.
Yeah.
And that just like, oh, what's happening? And it's over.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Momoa was on the bridge and he's going to sacrifice himself and it's over.
We
You know?
watched this
And,
6
like-
days ago, and you guys are reminding me so much of what happened. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot what happened. Truly,
And
It's-
like, of course, you know, we know as adults watching this, well, Momoa's sacrificed himself.
Yeah.
He's coming back. Like of course he's not dying in
But
this.
was
these
the-
kids,
we know
the
kids
rules
know
here.
that as well. Like
That
there's
last
It's silly.
The last scene where Momoa saves the day is the worst.
I
moment
agree.
In the film.
I agree. Well, that whole ending sequence, I think, is just a bit whatever.
Because we just do not care about. And again,
No.
if this doesn't matter for the film and for the kids, for the audience, that actually is. But we don't care about any of these characters.
Nothing's at stake. There's
There's
no
no stakes
danger.
because we're in a game world.
Yeah. But that's it. And here's my biggest gripe with it, and this is where I'm nerding out a bit.
Go on.
I don't know why they've focused in on the pig villagers as their villains. The villain of Minecraft is the Ender Dragon. It's this big, beautiful, badass dragon.
I mean,
it's a whole thing to get there. It's actually really quite convoluted.
It's
and very
the Ender's
complicated.
game.
I've spent some time with virgins, and they've told me about this.
Yeah.
so I'm glad that you could come in and confirm.
I love you talking
No,
about me
sorry.
in plural as well.
No, I've spent a lot of my obviously, I've worked
You just
with.
offended a lot of people, Tom. I just want to say.
I'm so sorry, but also go out and bust.
Yeah,
but
Tom's
like
done
anywhere
the same.
between.
Bust. Go out and bust.
Yeah.
Busk.
Oh,
Play some
sorry.
music.
Wait, you
What
said
did I-
bust,
La la
right?
la lava.
Oh yeah.
Chicken.
Busters. I have
Bust a nut.
worked. Jesus Christ! I've worked with students of a lot of ages for different years, and when I had kids, especially a couple of years ago, who were like 7, 8, 9, they were very into Minecraft, and so I know about this.
No
because of
offense
that.
taken. Go on.
a lot of young kids are into it, right? And so like
It's hard.
knowing about the Ender Dragon is part of it. Knowing about the Nether. I knew the Technoblade reference because of my young
Technoblade?
students.
Beyblade?
No,
Is that the same thing?
No.
Beyblade.
Technoblade was a streamer, and he actually died a few years ago. He was very young, and he died of cancer.
Oh.
And he was a big Minecraft streamer, and the whole thing was he would play, and he would do survival mode, and he would play without dying for like months, years. And so his thing was Technoblade never dies. And do you remember the pig with the crown on? And Momo was
yeah.
like, "Is that a king?" And Jack Black goes, "No. That's a legend. That's a reference to Technoblade."
Oh, I
He
didn't get
was
that
a big
reference at
streamer.
all.
Which is actually a moment where I was like, that's very sweet. And,
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of kids that's going to mean something to them.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's in conversation with something genuine every now and then
Yeah.
in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But most of the
But then
time-
on the other hand, you got that tiny pig who goes up to Morgosha. What's her name? Yeah, Morgosha.
Malgosha.
Oh, and he's got his drawing.
He's got his drawing. She's like, "What's that?" And then she kills him, turns him into a little pork chop.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Okay, that reminds me of one of the other moments where I grabbed Marcus and was like, what is going on? When the zombies first appear and they're all running away from them and a bunch of zombies flock a sheep and
Oh,
it's
murder
just
the sheep.
it's bleating for its life. Just like, I was like, what? What?
That sheep is getting shanked.
Sheep is
Prison
getting
shanked.
Eaten
By-
alive.
So
And
it's
its face tells you
This is
the
the
pain it's
thing.
in. I was like, that's compelling.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
cinema right
this is
there.
PG. That's not a PG face.
No.
Oh my
No.
gosh. Yeah, some of it was pretty like.
Some
oh
of-
my god.
Yeah, I found myself enjoying it at moments. And again, I remind myself it's a kids' film. There's an audience here. I will say, in defense of the kid
The kid who plays Henry.
who plays Henry,
All right, Sebastian Hansen.
yes, he's not strong at all. He's got a long way to go if this is going to be a career for him. I don't think they gave him a lot to really like. I just don't think that he was given the right
No.
direction.
I don't think there's any character there.
But I think he still really represents your majority of audience here. I think that he is if you're going to have a kid as your lead in this who basically represents the majority of your audience, he's it. Like he looks, sounds like he's awkward, he's uncomfortable, he's a bit like all over the place, like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
he's just not put together really well. And I think that most kids at some level can probably relate to this
Feel
kid.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
There is the weird, what seems like just like accepted wisdom that you need a kid as a surrogate in a kid's movie, because otherwise kids will be like, well, who am I locking in on? Who am I paying attention? I don't think that's always true. Like, I think you've got plenty of movies, whether they're animated films.
Yeah, Stuart Little's a mouse.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose, if that's your go-to
Like, how they latching
reference,
onto that? It's
but
crazy.
I mean, like, if you want to go animated movies, you could talk about movies like Shrek. You could talk about movies like the Super Mario Brothers movie, which does not have children
I have a lot
it.
in common with Donkey. So
You are the donkey of the pod. There's no doubt about that.
No.
I would disagree.
Tom,
with
you're
that
the donkey and the ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, you want to talk about kids being the surrogate for the audience?
I just don't think it's necessary.
Necessary.
I think kids would be into a Jack Black film enough that the Henry character and the Natalie character feels so shoehorned in. And I don't think if I ask kids who's your favorite character, none of them are going to say.
They're all
Henry.
going to say Garrett, Jason Momoa.
Obviously, the
He's
garbage
big.
Man.
He wears a pink jacket.
Or
Garbage can man kick.
Be like it's nitwit, or they'd just be like
Yeah.
it's some random thing. They wouldn't even maybe pick Jack Black, but none of them are going to pick like Henry or Natalie. They're not going to remember their names. You know,
It's like the lead guy in that Happy Endings TV show. No one knows who he is, but he's the lead, right? He's the everyman, boring.
so funny. We were talking about that show
sponge
the other day. Is his
character.
name Jake?
Yeah, sure, probably.
I think so, right? Yeah.
Jack.
No one cares about the lead of Happy Endings. You're correct.
But that's it. No one cares about the leads of these kids, and it feels like a studio note that they've gone, well, we've got to have kids in the kids movie.
yes.
Let's cast these two kids.
It's the same with Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, right? Where they got Data and Data, is that his name?
Ke-Huy Quan.
Ke-Huy Quan, but his name's not Data in that movie.
No,
it's
he's Data.
Short Round.
Short Round. He's Data in The Goonies.
The Goonies.
Yes. Getting or Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars Phantom Menace.
Or
which,
Tom,
by the way,
or Tom in this podcast.
Honestly,
so I'm the
you're
only one bringing the kids in. Is that what you're saying? Oh, boy.
Don't let him finish that point.
what are you trying to say? Don't have kids in the movie. That's it? You could have said it like that?
Yeah, I guess. I think that was
Yeah,
really well
God,
put.
You took
thank
your
you,
time.
Frank. You found the short way round. The
Yeah,
short
short round. That's good. All right.
Tom,
MVP?
Tom, oh, wait,
MVP?
Tom, you were great in this film, by the way.
Thank you very much.
As nitwit.
Yeah.
Fuck, same eyebrows, I swear to God.
Literally, same block nose.
I'm Twitch.
MVP?
Yeah, sure.
Jason Momoa. No,
I don't
I'm
think
kidding.
I wrote this down. I'm going to have to do this on the fly, and I might just say Jack
It's
Black.
Jack Black. Easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So good. Ooh, Mamacita, now you're ringing the bell.
The film's only
God for him.
really mostly enjoyable when he's on screen. Like, at least attempting to be enjoyable
Because
for us.
and I know it becomes like it's ad nauseum at the point, but when he's like, "Let's Minecraft,"
Yeah.
like everything is screamed, everything is Jack Black voice.
Because he's not ashamed to just put himself out there. There's no reservations
Maybe
whatsoever.
he should be a little.
I don't know. I like the
I see your
pantomime of
point.
Jack Black.
It is a pantomime.
There is a degree to which it's just becoming such diminishing returns that I'm like, man, maybe hold back some. Maybe like
If this
you
is,
don't have to do
this might be
everything.
peak though. Maybe this is peak Jack Black. Like if we see this now moving forward or again,
Yeah, there has to be a return to.
I think so. I think we
actual
need to be like,
film.
all right, Jack, that's enough.
because
now.
here's the thing, right? He would have made squillion dollars with all of his voice roles and with this.
yeah.
Surely he has time now to do something creative. Maybe like another Tenacious D movie. Like The Pick of Destiny is fantastic.
I
He's so
think
good
he's
in
going to
that.
hit his dark Robin Williams era. Do you know
could
what I
play
mean?
the Penguin
Like 1
in the
hour
Batman.
photo
that was
era.
going to be my question. Does Jack Black, not for a song, which is conceivable, for an acting performance, ever get nominated for an Oscar? I'm not even saying win. Does
Wait,
he get
out of any of the ones he's done?
Oh, no,
prior?
I mean as in for the next 20, 30 years. Does
No.
Jack Black get an Oscar nomination?
I don't think so.
I think there's a version of the world in which he does. Because him and Will Smith are not a million miles away, even though he's a more extreme, buffoonish version of it. Will Smith became Will Smith for so long there.
Yeah.
And then he was like, fuck, I kind of need to do something to win an Oscar because I'm just always Will Smith. I think Jack Black's going to try do that. I don't know if it's going to work. But I think that's his next thing, right?
I mean, that's true. Like, there are so many actors that you go, no chance, no way. Like McConaughey.
Brendan Fraser. Like,
Brendan
that's
Fraser,
the big
yeah.
one where you're like, there's no way that man comes back and wins an Oscar, right?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I think if you're looking at Jack Black in terms of like 50 Shades of Jack Black, right?
Where are you going?
Weirdly, the name of your porno.
Yeah, thank
which
you.
feels
But in terms of like this is he's heightened here, probably the most heightened I've ever seen him in any film ever.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Look, I'm not going to riff this now. I can't think of what the lowest point is. The complete opposite of this extreme.
I think Bernie is such a good shout.
Sure,
He's
sure.
really subdued in
The
Bernie.
Jackal, maybe? Do you know that movie with Richard Gere and Bruce Willis?
Oh, is he in that?
He's in that and he sells the sniper to Bruce Willis.
Oh,
and
shit,
he's
okay.
actually kind of like convincingly just an arms
Cool.
dealer in that movie. And he's kind of an upsetting performance, honestly.
I think School of Rock probably sits right in the middle. I think it's the perfect blend and blur of everything that Jack Black has to offer. And
like
sort of,
the joy and passion he has.
Yeah.
And that free flowing ability just to sing and for it to
then
sound good.
There's a softness to him in that film as well at
Yeah,
times.
he's
you know?
kind.
It's a great performance, but it broke
Yeah.
him a little. He was like, I guess I can do anything. It's like Al Pacino in Heat. It's like, you guys will just let me do anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, I guess I'll
Yeah.
just keep doing this.
I
right?
agree. So I want to see him come back down the scale to, even if it's just the middle ground.
Same with Jason Momoa. I'd like him to do anything normal.
I think I'm done with Jason Momoa. I think I'm honestly done.
I don't know what I
After
don't think I was-
Fast 10, I thought it couldn't get more outrageous, and then I saw this and I went, "Oh, dude, you're
he's
so
so
lost."
bad.
I
in this.
stand by the fact that I think he is wonderful in Dune. Like an really
Yeah.
compelling performance.
You actually, I forgot that
And
happened.
that's what I want from him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want him to take it seriously. Do genre shit. You were great as Khal Drogo. He was amazing
really
in
was.
Dune as Duncan Idaho.
Yeah.
He needs to be the big burly guy who's not ashamed of being the big burly guy,
Yeah.
who has pathos and grounds the shit.
Basically, look at
He's so
'cause he-
good.
follow the footsteps of Batista. What he's attempting to do at the moment.
Sure. Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
the same thing. The Rock.
No.
Although, hold on.
yeah.
Although we are about to see The Rock do his A24, and maybe
and the
Just
maybe.
Scorsese movie.
yeah,
he's doing a
just
Scorsese
maybe.
and he's doing a Safdie.
It's high
a
risk,
Safdie
high
brother, isn't
reward
it?
because we're
Yeah, I
either going
can't
to
remember
see.
what the Safdie
Is it
movie's
Bernie?
called. The,
It's called the Big Jumper.
the
big
machine,
big burly
I should
wrestler
know this.
man.
Yeah, the Burly
it's
Machine
about
or something. Yeah,
It's called the Walking Bigfoot.
no, is it the Big Machine?
It's something like it's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Something.
Anyway, I think
He's
we're
not.
going to see
The Rock will never win an Oscar. I'm so off.
Anyway,
See, I don't know
anyway.
about that.
We should win an Oscar for convincing the world he's not
We're not
taking
talking about
steroids every day.
I'm saying Momoa should take a leaf out of both their books, whether it's right or wrong. But I think that he needs to try something now.
Yeah, go for a
Because
swing. Use your gravitas.
If he
use
does
your-
one more of these, I don't know how much more work he's going to get.
someone close to you said one more.
Go on.
No, it's that Tropic Thunder quote. Someone said they were close to me.
Someone close to you said one more flap and it's over.
So I jumped a few. I'm sorry.
Very funny.
That's good.
All right. Is anyone going to throw anything in?
I just like like a 2.8.
Oh, you're going down. My goodness, gets worse for you.
I'm glad I got to talk about it with you guys and watch it with you. It was nice.
Yeah, way to ruin Marcus's day.
hang out.
Marcus, you're going up to a like. You're on 515.
I honestly can't. I can't. I think 5.5 is too high. I'm probably going to give it a 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's everyone holding their breath.
We're not even going to bother. Throw in the power.
Nothing from you.
Yeah.
No, I'm staying at 5.5. I don't know how I feel. I love Jack Black.
You're kind
I
of
hate
in that
Jason
middle.
Momoa.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
And like, I didn't hate it.
Momoa, how about Melissa?
What?
Melissa sounds terrible.
I just realised how that sounds. Yeah.
Yucky.
What if this is all silence? Just for this point, they wonder what we cut.
Are you
You'll never
capable
know.
of that?
Tom's very sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I don't
Thanks.
think he is.
No. Hey, thanks for listening. This is Throw in the Power. We talked about a Minecraft movie.
Oh yeah.
And
My name's Tom.
My name's Marcus.
my name's Frank.
Glad we got there.
Please send us a Gmail on Instagram.
Chicken jockey.
A little bit early, but that's cool.
With the power.